We are back with another iOS 18 video, and I am so excited. If you guys don't know, iOS 18 actually comes out today, and if you're wondering how to customize your phone using the new update, I actually already have a video, which I'll have linked down below, explaining everything you need to know about how to customize your phone and all the new features that come with iOS 18. But if you're here to see what I did with my iOS 18 update and how I customized my phone, definitely stay tuned because I am obsessed with this update. Before I get any further into the video, the first thing I want to say really quick is that I have every single picture that I used for iOS 18 linked on my Pinterest. So if you guys are wondering how I did anything or what pictures I used, it is either in my iOS 18 video or on my Pinterest board, which will be linked down below. If you go to the iOS iPhone section, there's another section within that section that's called iOS 18, and those are all the pictures I used. And with that, let's get into this little video. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the phone that I have. So right now I have the iPhone 15 Pro in natural titanium, and I have this really cute fall inspired case. I love this case so much. Another thing I wanted to say is that my phone is customized for fall. If you know me, I'm a fall girly. I love cozy vibes and everything that comes with fall, and now that it's September, it is 100% needed, in my opinion, to customize my phone for fall. So that's exactly what I did. We're just gonna hop right into this video and I'm gonna show you everything I did. So starting off with my wallpaper, this is automatically the first thing I see when I open my phone. I have this really pretty kind of outline wallpaper of New York. If you look very, very far into the distance, you can see the outline of the buildings. But the thing that I love the most is that it looks like this picture was taken from a hotel building, and you can see all of the leaves start to change. As you guys know, I love Gossip Girl and I love the saying, there's nothing quite like autumn in New York, and I feel like this picture really captures it because you can really see all the beautiful colors, the taxis, New York buildings in the background, and I just thought it was perfect. And I also love how it says hello September. I just think that's adorable. Moving up to the top, I do have the date. It is Sunday the 15th, and next to it I have a widget, and I have two little pumpkin emojis in between the widget, and then I just have my lucky number 7 3 times. That is an angel number, and I really resonate with that angel number. Next, of course, I have the time, and then I have 3 widgets on the bottom. So I have the weather widget, I have a ghost little widget, and a pumpkin widget. I think these are just so cute and add to the aesthetic of what I was really trying to go for. Then when I click into my actual home screen, I just have the flashlight and the camera on here as well, which I personally really love. I talked about this in my iOS 18 video, but you can now customize the actions on the bottom, which I think is really cool as well. Now we're gonna go into my phone, and when I open my phone, the first thing that I want to talk about is my wallpaper. So when I think of fall, I think of really cozy, crisp days, and I don't know why, but this wallpaper with the water texture really just reminded me of that. Like I said, this is all linked on my Pinterest, and I don't know, this just really resonated with the theme that I was going for. So that is my little wallpaper. Now when I go back to my actual first screen, I am so excited about this. So with the new iOS 18 update, it is now very easy to not have all your apps displayed where they used to be. So your apps don't have to be in the default setting. So if you wanted some of your apps to be on the bottom of your screen and some to be split on the top of your screen, that is now very possible, which I think is amazing. So that's kind of what I did here. So the first thing I have is a widget, and I made it transparent to my background, and I have the month in the background and then the calendar dates on top, which I thought was really cool. And I have that in the middle of my screen, and that's kind of what I'm talking about. You don't need to start your apps at the top of the page anymore, which I think is amazing. Right under that, I have my YouTube Studio app. This is just an app that I use to see my YouTube analytics, and I also use this app to upload my thumbnails. Then I have YouTube. I love watching YouTube. Obviously, it is one of my favorite things to watch. I especially love watching it at night, right before I'm trying to go to sleep, or when I'm doing something and I want something on in the background to listen to. I really like watching YouTube. Next, I have Pinterest. So for my Pinterest, I honestly am obsessed with Pinterest. I use it so much, and I think it's amazing, especially for inspiration. I am going to show you where the board is really quick that I was talking about, just in case anyone wants to go look, and I will have it linked down below. For those of you wondering, my Pinterest is just Sam Costa with 2 A's and a 3. You go to my page, scroll down to iOS iPhone, and then when you go into this, there's something called iOS 18. Click that board, and then all of the pictures that I used for iOS 18 are right here. So it's very simple and easy. And this is what the rest of my Pinterest looks like. I love it. I'm obsessed with using Pinterest for inspiration and stuff like that. Moving right over here, I have VSCO. Personally, I love VSCO. My VSCO is just Samantha Costa 1. For me, I use VSCO more for storing pictures that I really want to always have. I feel like this is just a good place where if I'm looking for a picture, I will come onto VSCO and I will just know that that picture pictures on VSCO. I really love it, and I like to put all of my presets on VSCO as well, so all of my pictures that have the preset on it, I kind of just use it for storage, if that makes sense. Next, I have TikTok. I have been doing a better job at posting on TikTok. My TikTok is just, hey, it's Sam Costa, if you guys wanted to follow me. Next, I have camera. I talk about this in a lot of my videos, but I love taking pictures. I think that taking pictures is so good, especially because in a few years when you look back, it's better to have the picture than to not have the picture. I think that making memories and living in the moment is also really important, but taking a few minutes to just take a picture and capture that moment is something that I really love. I also just love content creation, so whenever I see something that I think is going to make a good picture or a good memory, I will take a picture of it. So that's why I have my camera on this first page. I tried to make this first page very clean, but also use it for the apps that I personally use the most. Next, I have Instagram. So for Instagram, my username is just sam.costa with 2 A's. This is kind of what it looks like. I do use that same preset here. I post some reels, and I've been really trying to stick to the same preset to really make it match my aesthetic, which I think looks pretty nice. I've been loving these highlights, and I kind of just put anything that I think looks nice that I want to remember in these highlights. For example, this is my autumn and fall board, and I'll just put everything related to that in those highlights. I also do ask a lot of polls on Instagram, so if you guys want to be a part of those, make sure to follow me. Next, I have Snapchat. Personally, I don't really use Snapchat that much anymore. I think I send like one streaks picture a day. I just use it more for memories, and looking back at my memories from like a year ago or 5 years ago, I really do like it for that aspect. Moving down to my dock, I have the apps that I use all the time. So I just have the phone app, I have the Safari app, and then I have the messages app. Now, the one thing I want to talk about that is very clear is the color of all of my apps. Now, this is actually, again, with the new iOS 18 update. So if you're wondering how I did that, make sure to go watch my other iOS 18 video. But it's really cool because you can customize all the apps that are actually downloaded from the App Store directly and the apps that come on your phone, and it'll change them and make them all the same color very easily, rather than having to go through shortcuts and the lengthier process that it was before iOS 18. So it is really cool. And for me, I did a pink and black theme, and I really like it. Now, moving on to the next page, I am obsessed with this page. So the first thing I have is a Pinterest widget. Like I said, I did customize my phone for fall, and I think this one is just so cute but so simple at the same time. So this Pinterest widget actually changes hourly, and it's linked to a Pinterest board, and I really like that because I personally love how I don't always have to look at the same widget. Not that there's anything wrong with that, I just like when the pictures change because it gets me more excited for the seasons. And you can also choose what board you want it to be linked to. It doesn't have to necessarily be your board. If you wanted it to be linked to my board as well, you can do that. All you would do is click the Pinterest widget, click edit widget, and you would choose the user, which in this case is mine. You would choose the board, which for me, it's my fall fashion board. And then for update, you can either choose hourly or daily. And for me, I chose hourly. So that's how you would kind of navigate that. Then next to that, I have my photos app. Like I said, I love taking pictures. I love just really having all of those memories. And sometimes when I get bored, I will just go into the photos app and just start scrolling and looking at my memories. So I like having it kind of close to my first page. Then I have my Gmail app, which I just use for all my emails. Then I have my calendar. I don't use my calendar too often anymore because I really write everything down in notebooks or to-do lists or planners or on my laptop, which I'll talk about in a different video. But the one thing I did notice is that calendar does look a little bit different. So if you go into calendar, now there's these lines that form underneath it. And I haven't done too much research on this, but it definitely does look different than what it used to look. And I think I like it. Then I have clock. Again, I haven't really seen any updates to the clock app. I'm not saying that there's not, but from my knowledge, I don't know of any. But I just use this for my alarms and my timers. Then I have PixArt, Fonto, Lightroom, and Canva. These are 4 apps that I use for editing my thumbnails and my pictures that I use the most. So I just thought it would be easier to have them out on my home screen rather than away in a folder, which is what I used to do. Just makes it a lot cleaner in my opinion and a lot easier for me to find the apps. Next, I have another widget. Now this is a picture I got from Pinterest, but I made it a widgetsmith picture just because I didn't want it to change. I think this one looks really nice, and it does have that pink hue to it, which I personally like. The reason it has that is because if you change your app colors, it does also change the widget colors, but I think it actually looks really nice and a little bit spooky, which I like because I was going for a fall theme. Next, I have another widgetsmith widget. This is just a picture of a cafe when it's raining through the window, and you can see a little bit of coffee, a little bit of food, and some candles, and I just really thought it matched the fall vibe I was going for. Next, I have maps. I use maps all the time, especially for when I'm going to work. Even though I know how to get to my job, I like using maps just to see how long the duration is going to be, because sometimes the traffic is insane and it's just nice to have it very accessible for when I am in a rush just trying to find the app. Next, I have notes. I use notes a lot, so that's why that's there. Next, I have the app store, and then I have the health app, and I use that to track my daily steps. Next, moving right along, I have this page right here. I love this page so much. So the first thing I have is a Miko widget. I really like this widget. I made it transparent to my background, but something that I really like about this app and this widget in particular is that you can click on the picture and it'll rotate to all different types of pictures, which I think is so cute, so aesthetic, and again, really allows that change that I was looking for in my pictures, and I just think it's adorable. This app is actually really cool because they have a lot of different widgets that you can choose from, which I'll go into in a little bit. Then we're gonna move down to my folders. I'm gonna go through these kind of fast because these honestly haven't changed. I just changed the emojis. This is more of my editing folder that I don't use daily. So I have my Widgetsmith widget. I have 1 second every day, which if you don't know what that is an app where you take one video every single day and you put it into this app, and at the end of the year it makes a whole 365-day video for you, and it is so nice and so fun to look back on. It really just goes back into that moment of remembering all my memories, and whenever I watch it back, it really does make me smile. Next, I have Snap Edit and Photo Wonder, which are just two editing apps that I use. Next, I have Huji. I love Huji. I think this app is so cool. Basically, it's a disposable camera app on your phone, so you just take a picture, then you go into Lab down here, and this is the picture, and it gives you the date, and it kind of just makes it look vintage, which personally I really like. I think it looks really cool and aesthetic. Next, I have Fonto. I think I actually have this app over here. Yes, I do. So I don't mean that there. This is one of my old app covers that I made, and I am getting the new phone soon, so I just didn't go through and take away the app covers, so that's why that's there, but it actually doesn't need to be since I have the original app on my other page. Then I have Like to Know It and Like to Know It Creator. These are just apps that I use to link all of my products that I show in my videos, my outfits that I'm wearing and stuff like that. Then I have CapCut, which is another editing app. I have Airbrush, which is another editing app. I have Shutterfly, which is where I get my pictures from. And then these last two apps, EPIK and Teza, are two more editing apps as well. Then moving over here, I have my Leaf folder, and this is all of my food apps. So I have Uber, which I use more for Uber Eats, so that's why that's there. I have Starbucks, Grubhub, DoorDash, Domino's, and Jersey Mike's. I feel like there's not much to say about those. These are just the apps that I use the most for food. Then I have my Pumpkin folder. This is my TV and music. So I have Netflix and ABC. Netflix, I used to watch Gossip Girl on a lot. I don't think Gossip Girl's on there anymore. ABC, I watch The Bachelor and The Bachelorette on. Spotify, I use all the time. I love Spotify. I'll have my Spotify link down below if you're interested. I make so many playlists on Spotify, and I just honestly love listening to music. It makes me really happy. Next, I have Hulu, Peacock, Disney Plus, HBO Max, and Prime. Again, just apps that I use to watch stuff on. And then I have Amazon Alexa, which connects to my Alexa. Next, I have my little squirrel folder. So these are just the apps that come on the iPhone that I use often, but not too much. So I have FaceTime, Find My Mail, which is the mail app that comes with the phone, so different than Gmail, weather, settings, contacts, and calculator. Now moving on to my Apple folder. So this is all of my like banking stuff. So I have Bank of America, PSE&G, which is there because when I lived in my apartment, I had to pay my electric and I didn't want to forget, so I put that there so I wouldn't forget. But now that I moved back home, I don't use PSE&G anymore, so I actually don't need that, so I could delete it. Then I have Wallet, Discover, PayPal, US Bank, and Cash App. So kind of just like banking stuff. Next, I have my Pi folder. These emojis have honestly nothing to do with the actual apps in the folder. I just thought they were aesthetic and they reminded me of fall. But I have Health. I have this app that I use that I don't know how to pronounce for my personal training progress, and then I have Orange Theory. Then I have my Leaf folder. So this is my shopping folder. So I have Amazon, which I use way too much. I love Amazon. I have Sephora, Urban Outfitters, Vivacious, which is a online boutique. I have Target. I'm at Target so much. Target should honestly probably be on my first or second page because I use the app so much. I have Garage, Etsy, Shop, and eBay. And then this folder right here, I'm not going to open, but it's my folder I use for work. I'm a financial analyst, and it's basically Microsoft Edge, Teams, Outlook, stuff like that. For that, I just have a cloud emoji. Moving down here, I have another widget. So this is a Widgetsmith widget, and it's just a picture of two girls holding some coffee with some leaves on the floor with some really cute outfits, and this just reminded me of the perfect fall day. And then next to that, I have another Widgetsmith widget, and it just reminded me of fall baking. And again, both of these pictures are also from Pinterest. Moving right along, we have this page right here, another page that that I love. So again, starting at the top, we have another widget that's a Widgetsmith widget, and it's from Pinterest, and it really just gave me all of the fall vibes I can think of. Then I have another Widgetsmith widget of me and my boyfriend at a Dallas Cowboys football game. NFL football just started up again, and I feel like it's the perfect widget to have there, especially to match my fall theme. Next, I have a Pinterest widget, and this one's kind of cool because this one connects right to the home page of Pinterest, so it changes a lot, and it'll change based off of what I look up on Pinterest, which I think is really cool. Right now, the left picture is some fall nails, which actually match my nails right now, which I love. The middle picture is a girl reading a book with a coffee with that fall ambiance in the background, and then the right picture is kind of the same thing, which I personally love. Then I have another Widgetsmith widget of me and my boyfriend. We're actually in Florida here, but I just thought that this picture was really cute and I love it, so I put that there. I have two more folders. So this is my sock folder. I don't know why I put the sock here instead of my shopping folder, because that would have made more sense, but we're just gonna ignore that. So this is my travel folder. I have United and JetBlue, which are the two airlines I use the most. I have NJ Transit and Park Mobile, which are two apps I actually used to use more when I went to Seton Hall for college, but I do still use NJ Transit and Park Mobile for parking and going into the city and stuff like that. Then I have Hilton Honors and Public Hotels. These are just two hotels I really like in New York City. And then I have Hopper and Expedia, which are two traveling apps that I really like. And then moving over here, I have a coffee emoji folder, and this is the social media apps that I use, but not that often, and it's just Facebook, Facebook Messenger, and BeReal. For my next app, I have the Acura Link app, and that's just for my Acura. And then again, I have Find My, and I use this more for safety purposes with my friends, just in case we need to know where anyone is quickly and they're not responding. This was more for when we went out in college, and it was easier to just look at their location if they weren't responding so that we knew that they were safe. So again, more for safety purposes. Moving on to this next page, I have another page of widgets because I love widgets. So at the top, I have two Widgetsmith widgets, and again, both are from Pinterest. So the first one I have is this girl holding coffees in a fall outfit with a fall bag with her hair curled and a fall little bow, which I thought was adorable. And then next to it, I have a girl with coffee, and I forget what the little trinket on top of it is called, but they're so cute, and I just thought this was adorable. Then I have another Miko widget, and I really like this. These pictures are not fall inspired, they're more like old money inspired, which kind of went with my old theme for my phone I was going for, but I still really like these. And again, they are those photos that you can touch and they will move through and rotate, which I think is really cool. And then moving down here, I have another two Widgetsmith widgets of me and my best friends. So the one on the left is me and my friend Madison, and the one on the right is me and my friend Brianna. And then moving over here to the app library, this is kind of just an overview of what the app library looks like. I think it looks so cool. One thing I did want to mention is that this new hidden folder is here, and if you want to know what that's about, go check out my iOS 18 customizing video because it's new and it's so cool. And then the last thing I want to talk about is this page over here. So the app that I use for all of these is Miko, which I'll talk about in a minute. Basically, this is kind of just my cool widget inspired page. So I have the date and the time on the top, and then I have a to-do list. So for me, I want to go apple picking, I want to make a pumpkin pie, and my iPhone 16 Pro Max comes on Friday, so I'm just really excited about that. The 0 is the steps that I've taken for each day. I don't think it updates all the time because I did already go to the gym and I don't have 0 steps for the day, but I did think it was cool. There is a this week widget, which just kind of takes you through the week. There's a battery widget, which I have 85%. I have a little quote there that says do it anyways, and then there's something that just says coffee time. That actually came with the widget, but I thought it was cute for the fall theme. And then I have another widget, and this is a counting down the days widget. It says Cancun with a little beach because I'm actually going to Cancun in October in 39 days for a wedding, and I'm so excited. Then I have another widget down here. This is like a music type of widget. I thought this was really cool, and this picture is again fall inspired from Pinterest. My camera ran out of storage, so sorry if the angle changed, but like I was saying, I have a heart widget, which is also from Miko, and I put it in the transparent mode to make it just look like the heart. And then the picture is just from Pinterest, and it's a girl feeding a dog with a coffee with that fall ambiance in the background, which I thought was cute. And then next to it, I just have a little battery widget, and this cat actually came on the Miko app. I thought it was really cute and reminded me of Halloween, so that's why that's there, and I did make it transparent. I just wanted to show was the Miko app and how I got all of these little widgets. So when you go into the Miko app, there's actually something called iOS 18. This is kind of where I got all of those widgets. So for example, for the one that I showed you guys on my widget page, this is the widget that I used, and then I just changed everything and customized it, which I think is really cool. Another one that I used was the Halloween one, which I think if you just type in Halloween is what I did. Yes, it'll pop up, and I just used the Halloween battery. Now to make it transparent, this is really easy. All you have to do is take a picture of your home screen, click transparent, and then you put the picture there, hit confirm, and you also choose what widget you are going to use. So for me, I chose bottom right. So it knows to make the widget transparent to the bottom right of the home screen, which is really, really cool and very helpful so that it actually matches the home screen bottom right transparency, if that makes sense. So this is the app that I used. I love this app and I think it's amazing. One more thing I wanted to talk about is my control center. This is what my control center looks like. I love this thing. The number one thing I customized was the bottom icon. So I have a bow, I have a heart, I have an envelope, I have the clock, I have screen recording, I have flashlight, I have a car, which actually opens my maps folder, and then I have headphones, which actually opens Spotify, and I just thought this was so cool. Again, this is more talked about in my iOS 18 customization video, but I think it's really cool how you can customize your control center and make it look amazing. So for example, let's say I wanted to open my Spotify app in my control center. Now I can just click these little headphones and it'll open Spotify, which I think is amazing and I really like. The only downfall to this is I did use the Miko app to get this cute aesthetic widgets on my control center, and it does open the Miko app first, but personally that doesn't really bother me, so I left it like that. But that is everything that's on my iPhone. I am so excited about iOS 18 and customizing my new iPhone 16 Pro Max that's coming really soon. If you guys are excited about iOS 18 or have any questions, definitely let me know down below. And if you stayed up until this point of the video, thank you so much. Comment this emoji down below, and I will see you really soon in my next video. Bye.